am Likhitha H. Welcome to Code to Create channel. Before getting into the video, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please do watch the video till the end, and if you liked it, please like it and share it with your friends. Friends, if you have any comments, please do comment below in the box. Let's go for it. In this video, we're gonna make an app that converts data into code. So I've just written 3 lines, which are the imports, the crypto hash, the cipher, and the others. So let's come down of the imports, and then I'm creating a function saying encrypt, and then I'm putting out a parenthesis, and inside that I'm saying key comma file name, the name of the file and the key of it. And then I'm coming to the chunk size. It's a variable. The chunk size is just a variable. So I'm setting it to 64 into 1024. 64 into 64 into 1024. Yeah. And then I'm saying another variable saying output file is equal to, it's a path, so I'm saying os.path.join, and then I'm putting out a parenthesis saying os.path.dir name. Yeah, like this, and inside this I'm going to write the variable file name. The file name. And then we are still going to be inside and say comma. We're putting a double quotes, and in the parentheses I'm writing down encrypt. We're saying encrypted and closing the parentheses up. And then I'm adding a new thing saying another path. I'm saying os.path.base name. Saying it as base name and again the file name. Let's come down and then say file size. This is also another variable, is equal to, I'm setting the file size to a string, so it's a string. And then I'm saying os.path.get size. We get the size of the data, that's what we mentioned over here. And then we are calling the file name, the name of the file that the user entered. And then we are saying .zfill, and inside this I'm just gonna write the number 16. Okay, so I think this parenthesis is supposed to be over here, and this is just the end of it, this much, and then we are putting a dot to it and extending it up. So let's come down here, and then I'm calling the number 4. I'm setting it to a normal string, just a normal string. And then I'm saying for I in range, so we are calling the range over here 16. I'm saying for I in range, the 4 variable is equal to 4 plus the chr comes over here, it's a function. And then I'm calling the random over here. I'm saying random.randint. Let's delete off this a and b over here, and I'm putting off the value 0 and 0xff. Yeah. So, and then I'm coming down and saying encryptor. It's another variable. I'm saying encryptor is equal to aes dot new. And then I'm calling the key inside it. I'm saying key comma aes dot mode underscore, the mode underscore cbc comma the variable 4. And then I'm saying with open. So I'm just saying while it opens, when the file is open. With open, I'm calling the file name, comma, in the double quotes I'm writing down R and B. Yeah. And then I'm coming out and saying as in file. So let's come down and say with open when the output. So over here we are saying when the output file is open. So I'm saying out file, comma, this time the WB. And then I'm saying out as in file. No, this time we are not going to take the in file. That's because this file name is the input file, but this out file is the output file. So I'm going to write it out file. And then I come down and say out file dot write file size. So we are just calling the file size variable over here. So we just have to check the file size, the data size, or how much ever the size of file is. And then I'm coming down and saying out file dot write, and then I'm calling this string variable over here, the number 4. And then I'm coming down and creating a while loop saying while true, while true, so while it's true, we are saying chunk, all these come in, and then we are coming to the while loop over here. I'm saying while chunk, the chunk. So this is another variable. I'm saying chunk is equal to in file dot read, and this comes the chunk size. So that means the file size. And then let's come down and create a if condition. Let's say if length of the chunk, if the size of the file is 0, then we are supposed to do something. So I'm saying is 0, we are supposed to break out of the loop. So I'm saying break. And then I come down and say else if the length is 16 and not 0, then length, and I call the chunk over here. I come out and then put the percentage sign. I'm saying is 16 but not. So for but not, we are just going to use the exclamation and is equal to mark. So I'm saying but not 0, then with say chunk is equal to chunk plus a string but with a single quote. And then let's come out and then let's multiply it using a multiplication symbol in programming language. So we'll say multiply 16 minus the length of the chunk. And then let's write down the percentage mark and then say 16. And then let's come out of the else if condition and say out file dot write the encryptor, the variable encryptor. It's over here. Dot encrypt the chunk. and then let's come out. Let's come out of everything, including the function. So let's do that. Yeah, let's say def, which means the function. We are creating another function. I'm saying decrypt. I'm creating a function. Basically, I'm creating a function called decrypt. And then I'm putting in the parameters as key and the file name. Okay, there's something wrong. Yeah, now it is gonna work proper. Yeah. So over here the out file variable is equal to, over here it is equal to os.path. This is another path. Dot join, this is completely different. This is completely different. Dot join os.path.dir name. Yeah, and inside this we're gonna put out the file name. And let's come out of the parentheses over here, and I'm putting a comma and saying os.path.base name and the file name. But inside the parentheses we're going to put out a square bracket and say 11 is 2. Yeah, we are going to say 11 is 2, and then we are going to come down and say chunk size. Chunk size is equal to 64 into 1024. This is the same value. And then I'm saying width. This is a different function, so I'm initializing again with open. So when the file is open, file name, comma, I'm saying RB as an in file. So we are storing it over here as an in file. It's an input file. We're storing it as an input file. So I'm saying file size is equal to in file dot real 16. Real, and then we put a parentheses and say 16. And then we call the variable 4. And I'm saying variable 4 is equal to in file dot read 16. And I'm actually initializing the variable over here. And then I'm coming down and saying decryptor. This is another variable, decryptor. So I'm saying decryptor is equal to AES dot new, and I'm putting, okay, sorry. I'm saying the AES dot new, and then within a parenthesis I'm putting out key, comma, AES dot mode underscore CBC, and I'm putting out a comma and then the variable 4. Actually it is basically a string, but in Roman numerals I just call it as 4. And then I'm coming down and saying with open, and I'm saying when it opens the out file, the output file. Sorry, but so the out file, comma, we are storing it in WB as an output file. So I'm coming out and saying as out file, and then I'm saying while true. So it's while it's true, I'm saying while this both of them are true. If this is true, it comes in over here, and then if this is true, it comes out over here, and then I'm saying while all are true, I'm saying that chunk is equal to in file dot read, and over here again we are reading the chunk size, which means the file size, and then I'm creating a if condition saying if length of the chunk, the file, is equal to 0, then let's break it out. And then let's come down and saying out file dot run out file dot truncate, and we're going to put out the size inside the truncates parameter, and it's in integer, so I'm saying int, and putting out another parenthesis saying file size. So over here we are just putting out the size, we are just fixing up the size over here, and I'm saying another out file. Let's first come out of the if and while 2. This is just out of the if, this is also out of the while, and I'm saying out file, the same thing, out file dot truncate, and I'm putting in the size, okay. So I've messed up the code a bit. Over here we write down out file dot write. We are writing few stuffs. So I'm writing down write, and we are supposed to give the parameter of what we're going to write. So I'm calling down the decryptor over here. I'm saying decryptor dot decrypt the chunk. So here only we are here's the main part. We're just converting it into a code over here, and then we are calling the file size over here, and the function is over. So let's come out again and saying def all files, and putting out the parenthesis is empty. Let's come down and say all files is equal to just a normal list. It is a list, remember it's a list because I'm putting out a square bracket, and then I'm coming down and saying for root comma subfile comma files in os.walk. That's why I have imported the os over here, so that it can be called over here and many other places. I'm saying os.walk and putting out a parenthesis saying os.get, okay, get cwd like this, and we put out a parenthesis over here. Okay, let's just come down over here in the for. After the for, inside the for, yeah, over here again we are creating a for. Inside the for, another for, saying for names in file. So we are saying for the names in the file, we are calling the all files over here, and we are saying all files dot append. It's appending some value. I'm just going to put a parenthesis. Okay, sorry, append. I'm going to put a parenthesis and say os dot path. It's join. It's actually appending the file to Python so that it gets out and converts it into a code. The root and the names. Yeah, so it's going to get the root and the names in the file. Okay, undefined file. So this is actually for names in files. I'm so sorry, I just saw the error right now. Yeah, the error is gone, and it's saying OWS. Okay, where did I mean, sorry, it's OS. The import over here. I'm so sorry. Okay. There's another spelling mistake over here. It's SYS. It's another special import that's needed in Python. The root names, and then let's come down and say return. That's the end of the for. So I'm saying return all files. We're just returning it in a form of code. That's all. And let's come down here. This is not inside the for. Okay, I think there's some line mistake, and many other mistake happens when you put it like separately inside the for, inside this for, and like it messes up the code. So I'm saying choice. Let's come out of the function now. I'm saying choice is equal to, this is another variable, choice is another variable, and it's an input of a text, a string. I'm saying do want to, bring out a parenthesis, just say E. It doesn't mean that you're decrypting or you're encrypting. So I just put out the parenthesis saying E, and I'm putting encrypt. Or another parenthesis saying D, and writing down encrypt. And then let's come down, another variable called password. So this is the password and input of the password. So input of a string, first of all, enter the password. So let's do the same over here. And then I'm saying enc files. So this is another variable. I'm saying enc files is equal to all files. Is equal to all files. And it's the function, actually it's the function all files that we created over here. Yeah, and then let's come down saying if the choice is equal to E, then do not forget the double quotes. If it's equal to E, then you create a for loop saying for t files in enc files, so in the all files. Yeah. For t files in enc files, meaning in all files, and another if condition inside the for saying if os dot path dot base name, and inside this I'm giving out a parameter saying t files, that is right over here in the for. So I'm saying t files dot starts with, it's here, it's basically like for, it has three values, the prefix, the start and the end. And then, but it's not must like the for, we are not just giving and then I'm putting out a parenthesis inside the double quote saying encrypted. Yeah, it's must inside the double quotes as it should represent. And then you end it up. So there's an error that there shouldn't be a parenthesis. Let's check that out. Yeah, actually there shouldn't be a. Yeah, let's just delete this. I think it's not needed. And then I'm printing it. Remember the double quotes with. Yeah, with the percentage symbol and then the S, which means the new line. And then I'm saying the file is already encrypted. And I'm ending it up, and then I'm saying the percentage S, percentage string, and then I'm inside this I'm giving the parameter of T files. It will show an error, but that's fine. I'm saying os.remove T files. Over here we are just removing the file that is that's there in a normal format. That's all, nothing much in this code. And then I'm coming down and calling an else if. Let's see what's the error. It's saying undefined. Oh, I'm sorry, it's print actually. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So this we are gonna actually over here we need to create more else if and else files. So once after we remove, we are not able to do many other stuffs. So for the extra stuff, I'm just passing it out, saying pass, and then saying else if T files is equal to os.path. If we just write down that we are removing the T files over here, the many other stuffs we are not able to do them. So I've just removed it up. I'm saying os.path dot the join. Let's delete out the parameters over here, the path and paths. We're saying os.getCWD. Yeah, it's a text. CWD parentheses. Then I'm saying comma. Here we are using this SYS, the main part. So I'm saying SY. Okay, I'm not able to see anything over here. Yeah, SYS dot AR. It's a keyword actually. ARGW is a keyword of 0. It's a parameter to say the ARGW and the CW. All these are parameters. Over here also pass. We just pass it out. And then comes the else. We are saying else encrypt. We are calling the shocky over here. We are saying show dot. I'm sorry. The parameter that is given over here. Let's just copy this. We have just imported it as the SHA-256. So let's just copy and paste it up. If there's any mistake, that won't work out fine. So So undefined name, oh my, it's OS, I'm so sorry. And inside the parentheses itself we are saying dot new password. So we are setting this password over here, dot digest. So we're just gonna accept that this is the password. We're not gonna throw any error if it's wrong. I mean, this means that we are resetting the password and we are converting it into a file and saying t files. And then I'm saying os dot remove. Over here in the else, let's just call out the remove. And we're removing the t files. Yeah. And then I'm coming down. It's not in this else, nor in the else if, or in the if, nor in the for, nor in the if over here. It's yeah, it's not in anything. We are just saying else if choice. If it's equal to D, then what we're gonna do. That's given over here, right? If it's encrypt or decrypt. So I think let's just copy this up and let's make a few changes. Yeah, and now let's see. So before we don't have the for over here, to say we don't have the for, we are having the file name. We are saying file name is equal to input of enter the file name to decrypt, to get it back into the normal file so that the user can read it up. If they say that they want to, then they can read it up. And but if they want to, they'll have to enter the password, few passwords and stuff. So and then we have an if. Okay, I don't think so it's similar. It's the similar way, so I'm just gonna delete this up. I'm coming down and saying if not os dot path dot exists. So we are saying if the path doesn't exist, that they enter the file name variable inside the file. So the file name we have just called the file name variable. So if it's not there, we're gonna print out that the file does not exist. So file does not exist. Sorry. And then I'm coming down and calling the sys import dot. We're just exiting it off. We're just saying exit and then yeah, parenthesis. And then we are coming down over here and saying another else if. We're saying else if not file name dot starts with, it doesn't start with, yeah, with the double quotes and then encrypted. If it's, so over here we are just saying it's not encrypted. If it's not encrypted, then so if this file is not encrypted, then we're just gonna see what exactly are we supposed to do in the if condition. Yeah, so let's come down and then say print the slashes, remember in the, the percentage s, remember in the double quotes, is already encrypted. It's already not encrypted. So the file is not encrypted. We're just mentioning the file is not encrypted. and then the percentage, saying the file name. We're calling the file name over here. And then we are coming down and saying sys.exit. Yeah, and then I'm saying else decrypt the shop over here. Let's just copy this up. And let's come down over here and do control V dot new password the variable password dot digest. Again, don't show the error. Again, that means they're resetting it. We're just calling the function over here, and then we are calling the file name, the variable file name over here. And then we are printing out a message. Let's see what's the message. We are printing out done decrypting. After it's completed, we are saying done decrypting /s the file /s. We close it up and then saying the same symbol, the percentage symbol, calling the file name. The file name. Okay, undefined name file. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's the file name. Sorry, I'm so sorry, it's the file name. And then I'm coming down and saying os dot. It's better to remove at the end the file name. So it's completed. And then let's come down. This is the last code that we are writing. Another else saying print please. If it's not all these, I'm sorry, the indentation is wrong. If it's not in all these, this if over here, nor the else if over here. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, if it's not all of them, then else we're printing out please choose a valid command. Yeah, so I'm saying please do choose a valid command, and then I'm saying sys.exit. Sorry, it's sys. So there are no errors, but right now I can't run it up because I don't have the password, and we'll still have to download the file over here. So yeah, I'm not gonna run it up, but I'm gonna save this by clicking on save file over here as encrypting and decrypting. Yeah, encrypting and decrypting. So don't worry, it works fine. You'll just have to download the activity, and then you have to run it up, and then they give a file name in your computer, and then you have to write down the password of your computer, and then you get it decrypted or encrypted, whichever you wish. So yeah, now we know how to decrypt and encrypt a file. That's great. Thank you, friends. Bye bye.